What does Armed Forces Day mean to you?
So Armed Forces Day is the annual event at 22 Wing where the city and the people of North Bay are able to thank the members of the Canadian Armed Forces, the member of the United States Air Force for their service. But it's also an opportunity for both our services to showcase what we do at 22 Wing, how we support the population of Canada and the United States.
Why did you join the Canadian Armed Forces?
So that's an easy question. So it's a third generation decision, really. So my grandfather was in the Army, served in the Second World War. My father was a member of the Air Force as a meteorologist in the Air Force for 36 years. So seeing Dad come home every day in uniform was good enough coaxing for me. So that was my inspiration to join the forces myself was my father.
Armed Forces Day falls close to D-Day. What is the importance of recognizing the sacrifices Canadian soldiers made on that day?
So I'd say it's important because our veterans, particularly from the Second World War, are far and few between now. Every year we're losing more and more of these men and women that fought for us, that supported the war effort. I've had the luxury to meet a couple of them recently, and it's their stories, their sacrifices that we really can't forget. We need to remember this. So it is important for every member at 22 Wing to remember the sacrifices they make every day, and try to compare that to their memories of what the sacrifices were so long ago.
What personal sacrifices have you had to make?
Yeah, so it's very demanding. So right off the bat here, our new people come in and they're immediately put on a 24/7 type schedule. So missing activities with their kids, missing birthdays with family members, missing weddings, missing events, just based off the demands that we have of our people. Me personally, I deployed twice. So two occasions where I was away from my family for 6 month or more periods of time. I remember the first deployment that I had, my daughter was 1 day old in my arms, and I got the phone call, do you have a reason why you can't deploy in 2 months? And I said, I can think of one, in my arms. And then just the demands of the job, the long hours, the commitment that is required. Currently, in my job here, I work in North Bay, but my family resides in Ottawa. It was a decision that we made to be able to give some stability for our family, for our children. So there's just some examples of what we ask of our people, and often it's those types of things that people don't consider as the sacrifices that are needed.
What do the words Canadian Armed Forces mean to you?
So it's what it means to me is, for me, it's a way of life. And I think of, is this uniform that I wear my costume, or is this my actual clothing, and my civilian clothing is a costume? So kind of like a superhero. When Spider-Man puts on his Spider-Man outfit, he puts it on as his disguise because that's his superhero persona. But Superman, his uniform, his cape, is actually his real clothing, and he puts on the Clark Kent outfit as his disguise. So for me, being a member of the Canadian Armed Forces is kind of like that. Members of the forces, this is their identity. This is what they identify as, and it's their complete involvement in their life and their dedication to it. So that's what it means for me.